We have the axe. We have 1 meal. I remember I rolled last time for a healing potion because we were starting from scratch since we died last time. Getting ready to head out of town tomorrow morning, so we might be kind of in and out. That's fine. That's all good. I'll kind of have like a 30-second to 1 minute frame in which I'll have for people to decide. Otherwise, I'll continue on. We all agree to go west. Go west, my child. Map of Summerlin. We rolled for combat skill and endurance points. So I think we're mostly good to go. Oh, and now you can see the... See if we can get a good shot of that. You can kind of see how it's metallic. So it's got some good heft to it. And that's kind of got that aged copper. Oxidized copper, I guess. Welcome, Sapporo! Woo! I think we got a good group together. Actually, should find some copper ones up here. This is Copper Country. Right on. Trying to win points, huh? Simp, did you see the commercial that I made? I wasn't sure if you saw that. My dad is definitely not. Let's see. Hello and welcome to OM Game. Whoa, whoops. There we go. There, Simp, I tagged you on that, in case you hadn't seen that. Alright, prior to getting started, as usual, we have rules. If you need to know your commands, do exclamation point commands and exclamation point SE if you need to know more about how Stream Elements works. All right. And I think with that, we are ready to go. Turn that down a little. Okay. You must make haste, for you sense it is not safe to linger by the smoking remains of the ruined monastery. The black-winged beast could return at any moment. You must set out for the Summerlin capital of Holmgard, and tell the king the terrible news of the massacre, that the whole elite of Kai warriors, save yourself, have been slaughtered. Without the Kai lords to lead her armies, Summerlin will be at the mercy of their ancient enemy, the Dark Lords. Fighting back tears, you bid farewell to your dead kinsmen. Silently you promise to put that their deaths will be avenged. You turn away from the ruins and carefully descend the steep track. At the foot of the hill, the path splits into two directions, both leading to a large wood. If you wish to take the right path, turn 85. If you wish to follow the left track, turn to 275. If you wish to use the Kai discipline of Sixth Sense, turn to 141. So remember, we definitely have learned last time, in the last few times, that Sixth Sense tells us that they are searching both the left and the right, and using Sixth Sense offers us a new path, new two sets of paths. We didn't make all the choices last time. Should make some choices. Right on. And I'm going to give people the opportunity. But I figure we also should learn from our mistakes, so I will advise what things we have learned from last time. So right now we created a sneaky Kai Lord. Not heavy on combat as much this time. Trying to avoid combat where we can. Which is why we have Sixth Sense, Animal Kinship, Tracking, and Camouflage. With these in mind, should be able to avoid most combat. Yep, he's a sneaky snake. Which means, usually whenever Sixth Sense, Animal Kinship, Tracking, or Camouflage come up, those are usually going to be the best options. So with that in mind, like what it says with the rules, if you want to make a decision, you hashtag that. So, in this case, hashtag right, hashtag left, or hashtag Sixth Sense. Beware the Kenyan mangrove crab. See, that just sounds like it does belong in this game, though. That's fair. So I'll just give y'all a little bit of time to make your decision on which direction we go. Right? Right is always right. So there's right, left, or you get to do a skill. I don't think either way will kill us just yet. It won't, but more than likely we will have to fight someone if we go right or left. That's what we've learned. I think we better use the skill. Okay. Okay, so 2 votes for using Sixth Sense. Okay. So let's go ahead and go with Sixth Sense. We're returning to page 141. 333. Here we are. We are back into it. Let us move into the forest. It really is. Because, what is it? There was 8-bit version, there was, they did some video game where they actually got the first-person shooter where they got the models to move around. That was the first exposure I had to it. That was like pre-YouTube. Okay. Reconnected, doing just fine. Alright. Here we go. You have cut your way. Oh. You have cut your way. Oh no. I don't want y'all hearing that. That's right, my earpiece got disconnected. I do this to monitor sometimes, just to make sure that the stream is going all right. Wait, there are games of this? Games? I don't know what you mean. They made some old school video games for this, and oh, they did a resurgence of it, I think, but I haven't actually messed with it at all. No, they also made some RPG books. Set in the world of Lone Wolf. But okay. You have cut your way through the thick undergrowth for nearly half an hour when you hear the beat of wings high above the trees. Looking up, you can make out the shape of a Kron approaching from the north. It is one of the monsters that attacked the monastery, and on its back are two gray-skinned creatures armed with long spears. These are mountain Gyaks, evil servant of the Dark Lord full of hatred and malice. Many centuries ago, their ancestors were used by the Dark Lords to build the infernal city of Helgadad, which lies in the volcanic wastelands beyond the Durncrag range of mountains. The construction of the city was long and torturous, and only the strongest of the Gyaks survived the heat and poisonous atmosphere of Helgadad. Hidden by the trees, you freeze, keeping absolutely still as the Kron passes overhead and disappears towards the south. South is in the other direction we could have headed. When you are sure that it has gone, you move on once again into the forest. Turn to 131. He actually does not know. I will educate him on that. He knows about D&D. I actually got him the kid-specific D&D books, like series of books. And some choose-your-own-adventures that were made for D&D. But no, I have not shown him that piece of time capsule. Oh, there you go. There's a link for that. Alright. You have covered about a quarter of a mile when you hear shouting and a noise like thunderclaps ahead. Edging nearer, you soon make out a clearing that you recognize to be the site of the ruins of Raumus, an ancient forest temple. A war party of Gyaks, some 25 or 30 strong, are attacking the ruins from all sides. Many more of the Gyaks are dead or dying among the broken pillars of marble, but still they have assaulted whatever is hidden inside. Suddenly, a bolt of blue lightning rips through the front ranks of Gyaks, sending the armor-clad creatures tumbling in all directions. A Gyak, taller than the others, and dressed from head to foot in black chainmail, curses at his troops as he whips them forward with the barbed flail. With weapon ready, you move to the edge of the clearing, under cover of the thick foliage, and try to catch a glimpse of the defenders. To your amazement, the ruins are being defended by a young man no older than yourself. You recognize his sky-blue robes, embroidered with stars. He is a young theurgist of the Magician's Guild of Toran, an apprentice in magic. 5 Gyaks charge forward, their spears ready to stab the apprentice as he hurriedly retreats deeper into the ruins. You see him turn and raise his left hand just before a bolt of blue flame shoots from his fingertips into the snarling Gyak soldiers. Close to where you are hidden, you see a Gyak scuttle past and climb one of the pillars of the temple. He has a long, curved dagger in his mouth, and he is about to jump on the young wizard standing below. If you wish to shout a warning to the wizard, turn to 241. If you wish to run forward and attack the Gyak when he jumps, turn to 55. If you wish to pick a chunk of temple marble and throw it at the Gaiac's head, turn to 302. Or if you'd rather turn and leave the battle area and run back into the woods, turn to 101. Used to have my friends as addresses a few years ago. Because we were kids who always wanted to win. Yeah. You mean we were OP? Yes. Yes, you were. Okay. So, we know that if we throw the chunk of temple, there is a pretty even chance that we may or may not... Actually, no, there is a better chance that we actually hit him than not, if I'm not mistaken. But we have a chance of basically just killing him right then and there, and then I think we... Hey, Simp. So we are in a position where we are choosing what to do about this wizard who is fighting off these soldiers. Here is the visual of the situation. So we see this dude, he's about to jump on this dude's back and try to attack him from behind. We have the option of shouting a warning to the wizard, attacking the Gaiac when he jumps, trying to pick up one of these stones and throw it at his head, or just leave altogether. I use gun. So, we do know from past experiences that if we do this, we have a better than average chance of killing him with the rock. And if we miss, we end up turning to 55 anyway. We have not ever shouted or just walked away. So I figure it's hashtag warn, hashtag attack, hashtag throw, or hashtag leave. Haha. Actually, when I was younger, I wanted to get to this, but never got into them, sadly. Well, now is your chance. Because... Alright, so you're for throwing the rock. I like floor. I like rock. I like lamp. So, if we do leave, I think he is gonna die, and we don't get the gem. So yeah, but we do have the. I love lamp. I love lamp. So we have 2 for rock. Wesley, if you do a vote, you do the hashtag and then the word, and see above there, it shows up. Okay, so essentially we have hashtag 3 for rock. Alright, this is the guy. Alright. Then let's go ahead and, yeah, 3 for rock, so let's go ahead and throw the rock, so that's 302. And we have a new die to try and see how it fares. I hope it does well. I hope it's not janky. So, random number. 0 through 2. Okay, so here's the one if we fail. 0 through 2, so we have a 30% chance of missing. Otherwise, we hit them. Hopefully this shows up pretty well. Oh. 7. 285. With a sickening thud, the chunk of marble cracks open the back of the Gaiac's head. The creature drops to its knees and slowly falls forward, down to the ruins below. Elated by your skill, you race forward to aid the young wizard. Turn to 325. Oh, that's right, we don't have to fight, because we killed him. Thanks for the follow, Wes. So let's see, we're at 34. So we have enough viewers definitely to reach affiliate, average viewers. So now I just gotta have to hit 50 followers. Then we'll be affiliate. Let's see. 325. Upon seeing you emerge from the woods, the Gaiac officer shouts, "Agat! Agat!" to his cowering troops, who flee the ruins and run to the safety of the forest. Shaking his mailed fist at you, the black-clad Gaiac screams, "Reneg Rogagok! Orgadaka! Akak Rogagagaj!" before leaving. Surveying the scene of battle, you count over 15 Gaiac dead lying among the broken pillars of Raumas. The young wizard wipes his brow and walks towards you, his hand extended in friendship. He is a young blonde-haired youth with deep, brooding eyes. His face is lined with exhaustion and the grime of battle, and his long sky-blue robes bear evidence of living rough in the wilds. He shakes your hand and bows. "My eternal thanks, Kai Lord. My powers are nearly drained. Had you not come to my aid, I fear I would have ended my days atop a Gaiac lance." He is weak and unsteady on his feet. You take his arm and sit him down upon the fallen pillar, where you listen intently to what he has to say. "My name is Baindon. I am a journeyman to the Brotherhood of the Crystal Star, which is the Magician's Guild of Toran. My guildmaster has sent me to your monastery with this urgent message." He removes a vellum envelope from inside his robe and hands it to you. As you see, I have opened the letter and read its contents. When the war started, I was on the highway with 2 traveling companions. The Kron attacked us, and we lost each other in the forest during our escape. The letter is a warning to the Kai Lords that the Dark Lords have mustered a vast army beyond the Derncrag range. The Guildmaster urges that the Kai to cancel the celebration of Feymarn and prepare for war. "I fear we were betrayed," says Bainton, his head bowed in sorrow. "One of my order, a brother called Vonatar, had explored the forbidden mysteries of the black arts. 10 days ago, he denounced the Brotherhood and killed one of our elders. He has since disappeared. It is rumored that he now aids the Dark Lords." He was almost out of Trickster turn. You tell Baindon what has happened at the monastery, and of your mission to warn the king. Silently, he removes a gold chain from around his neck and hands it to you. On the chain is a small crystal star pendant. It is the symbol of my brotherhood, and we are both truly brothers in our hour of darkness. It is a talisman of good fortune. May it protect you on the road ahead. You thank him, place the chain around your neck, and slip the crystal star inside your shirt. We'll mark that on our action chart. Baindon bids you farewell. We must leave this place, lest the Gaiacs return with more of their lonesome kind to put an end to us. I must return to my guild. I bid you farewell, my brother. May the luck of the gods go with you. Alright, so let's mark that under special items. Crystal Star. There we go. The necklace is either... No, he's on the level. So more than likely it'll be something that when we run into others of his guild, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, you're a good guy." Alright. Turn to 293. With a wave of his hand, Baindon leaves the ruins, and you continue your mission, pushing on through the thick woods ahead. You have not gone far when you realize several pairs of yellow eyes are watching you from the undergrowth to your left. Suddenly, a black arrow skims the top of your head. It is a Gaiac ambush, and you must run as fast as you can to escape it. Turn Turn to 281. Too far. Okay. As you race through the trees, you can hear the horrible cackle of the Gyaks close behind you. Soon, the trees start to thin out, and directly ahead, you can see a rocky hillside. If you break cover and climb up the hill, turn to 311. If you change direction and and continue to run through the forest, turn to 77. So we have hill or forest at this point. I am not using your stream as an excuse to skip school. Aren't you supposed to be talking with your lab partner or whatever? You gotta catch the arrow like an anime protagonist. Mm-hmm. Very funny. We aren't quite to that Kai level. And we remember that mountain Gyaks are good on mountainous areas, so open hills, whereas they suck at chasing you through the forest. This is pre-Game of Thrones. Things aren't too overcomplicated. Yeah, very simple. Very, like... I mean, there's a bit of trickery going on, but it's not, like, convoluted. I'm using your stream as an excuse to tell you that she should have grabbed more snacks while we were out, damn it. We still have snacks. We have Oreos right over there, and, fishies. Although you might want to make sure that everyone has had their dinner. Use your Kai powers to summon us some Reese's Cups. You have those Reese's cookies unless you ate them all. I saw them in the drawer earlier. So, guys, either hashtag hill or hashtag forest. I know I'm starting to get a little bit peckish. So, I guess we'll make sure Wesley has his food. LaCroix, no, we do not. Okay, 2 for forest, 1 for hill. Fancy it. Yeah, we might get killed on the hill. That's highly likely. But it seems like work at the place and get a discount. Oh, nice. Very cool. We're sneaky, can't hide on the hill. Yep, exactly. We're fully exposed. People can pew-pew at us. I have the high ground! Or what is it, the thigh ground. Yeah, there you go. No, you get the jetpack. He goes, then you can always have the high ground. That's not how that works. Yes, I heard you. Portable high ground! Here we go. Back on track again. The mountain Gyaks are unaccustomed to pursuing their prey through forests, and you soon outdistance them, until finally the sound of their grunts and curses disappear completely. When you are satisfied they have given up on your chase, you stop for a few minutes to catch your breath and check your equipment. With the memory of your ruined monastery still blazing in your mind, you gather up your meager belongings and push on. Turn to 19. Alright. Just ahead, through the tall trees, you can see clumps of dark red gallow brush, a thorny briar with sharp crimson barbs. The common name for this forest weed is sleep-tooth, for the thorns are very sharp and can make you feel weak and sleepy if they scratch your skin. You can avoid the sleep-tooth by returning to the track and turn to 272. Or you can push through the briars deeper into the forest by turning to 119. If you have the Kai discipline of tracking, which we do, turn to 69. Go to Mission Deck. Some are solid school too, for STEM anyway. Okay, right on. Very cool. Alright, so we have the choice of, okay, hashtag tracking. So it's either hashtag track, hashtag Briars, or hashtag tracking. Sorry if everyone's checked out. Oh, geez, I guess I lost everyone because of the technical difficulties. Well, phooey. Not everyone, obviously. Y'all are still here. I mean, I like Briars too. So tracking will be able to tell us. Establish dominance by peeing on their head. No, it's not that. No. Chattiness, that tends to keep people around. Oh, good Lord. Yes, there's a child in this stream. I just heard her yelling in the background. What are you doing on Twitch? Didn't we get on to him about not subscribing to you, Dauntless? Okay, so tracking it is. Let's turn to page 69. Oh, good Lord, Judith. Nice. Never watches my streams. I see how it is. I think he made an account today or something. You are very friendly. You are very near a friendly village. Avoid the gallow brush and turn to 272. Watch my dad play games. All right, leave me alone. 272. I'm going to test something out. Your butt currently takes residence. It's censored, Judith. Oh, wait. That's Ash. Okay, so hashtag SE. Okay. Versus exclamation point SE. Sorry, I was just testing something out. Yep. Okay. 272. Keeping a watchful eye on the sky above, you moved quickly along the track. You recall that this route leads to Fogwood, a small cluster of huts that have been used by a family of charcoal burners for nearly 50 years. After 20 minutes, you reach the edge of a clearing, where the huts are grouped in a small circle. There is no sign of the usual mistwood smoke which gives Fogwood its apt name, and the huts are unusually quiet. You have the high discipline of tracking. You may use it, turn to 134. If you do not possess this skill, you prepare your weapon and stealthily approach the huts, turn to 305. So, yes, the charcoal burners. So we can use tracking and turn to 134. And, but I remember last time that we used tracking, what it did was it basically just skipped the village completely. And if we go into the village, there's nothing there, but we get a free Gaiac spear. So we have explored both of these routes, apparently. keep tracking, okay? So tracking or huts. Those are our choices. We have one vote for tracking. Keep peeing on their heads. Tracking works too, I guess. This is one of the highlights of my week. Aww. Tracking. Okay. Might be starved for social interaction. Yeah, that's kind of what I think that's what brought us to Twitch initially. Was some of that. Alright, so tracking it is 134. Using your skills, you detect Gaiac tracks around the perimeter of the clearing. The prints are fresh, and you can tell that these cruel minions of the Dark Lord were in the area less than 2 hours ago. Forewarned by this knowledge, if you decide to investigate the huts, turn to 305. If you would rather avoid the clearing, turn to 40. As a reporter, it's hard to have a real friends in the community report on. That's fair. Everyone's like, oh, they're going to tell on me. So, yeah. So we can either avoid or go in. Oh, yeah, Cora's here. Yeah, that's fair. Hi, Cora. So, at this point we have hashtag huts or hashtag avoid. Ah! Cora, don't touch the cable. You're gonna make it hiss. Oh, see, now it's making that noise. Hashtag Pizza Hut. Hashtag boy. Honey, what? Hut instead of Pizza Hut. I gotcha. Hashtag not your cat. Yeah, I know, and she's the one always coming over. Are you seriously just gonna... Seriously, Corey? You're just gonna sit there and rub your face? What y'all can't see is the fact that she's just sitting here and just rubbing her face along the edge. Yeah, oh, there she goes. That was not a leap. That was like straight down. Have you not seen Spaceballs, hun? Oh, Pizza the Hut. Okay, Pizza the Hut. I missed the. It's just been a hot minute. Okay, so 1 avoid, 2 for Pizza the Hut. So, alright, we're going to take Pizza the Hut. 305. Well, slow darling here. We're not that close, yeah. There we go. 305. Through the open doorway of the first hut, you can see the body of a charcoal burner lying face down on the rough stone floor. He has been murdered, stabbed in the back by a spear. All his furniture and belongings have been smashed and broken, and not one piece remains intact. This is the evil handiwork of Gaiacs, without any doubt, for they delight in the destruction of all things. A quick check of the other huts reveal a similar story of murder and wreckage. In the last hut that you search, you discover a Gaiac spear, proof of your suspicions. You may keep this weapon if you wish. More Determined than ever now to succeed in your mission, you continue along the track. Turn to 105. Okay, so we get a Gaiac Spear. So let's go ahead and update that. There we go. Watch it. Don't steal my man, please. It's the voices. Alright, 105. Alright. In the distance, perched on the branch of an old oak tree, is a jet black raven. Ah, see now, this is how we avoid that one fight with the undead guy. Because he was tough. If you have the Kai discipline of animal kinship, you may call to the bird by turning it to 298. If you do not possess the skill, turn to 335. We possess it. So it says if you possess it, turn to 298. So yes. Bird or no bird? I'm guessing bird. Because otherwise, if we have no bird, we are going to have to fight the dude. So if we're wanting to avoid fighting the undead guy, we have to call to the bird. Yeah, we are sneaky. We are not set up to fight that guy. Run, Forest, run, bird. Okay. Sounds like it's bird. So 298. And no, we do not have magic missile. We are not mages. We are rangers, essentially, like monk ranger combo. Burb. All right, Kai discipline animal. 298. The head of the bird slowly turns and it curses you. An instant later, he flies off above the trees and has soon disappeared, shocked by what you have heard. Burbo. You are now sure that the fledgling was a scout of the Dark Lords and is now probably on its way to inform them of your whereabouts. If you wish to continue in your journey along the track, turn to 121. If you wish to leave the track and continue through the forest instead, turn to 38. So my guess is, if we continue along 121, that's how we'll meet the undead. Oh, see? It caught you slow for that. So, yeah, avoid. So that would be leaving the track, 38. So I guess hashtag avoid or hashtag track. It did, then it didn't. Yeah, it was weird because I just looked up and it said, oh, hey, this is possibly bullying. Yeah, I figured as much. Cora, why are you back? Are you after something? I think it's chasing a bug. I think Cora is chasing a bug. And now you're just stopping by to say hi. Do you think I'm hiding the bug from you or something? Can you bully a fictional bird? I mean, you can certainly try. No, don't walk underneath that. I'm willing to try for science. Turn to the Cora. Don't smooch the cable. You're gonna get the line feed again. Animal, fictional animal violence. Bird probably has lice. Yes, hello. Butt in my face. Just gonna smooch the screen now. That thing is touchscreen. I probably shouldn't do that. So far it's looking like a void. So let's continue, or let's not continue along the track, and let's leave the track and turn to 38. Cora, stop. Not the cable. Make sure the cord is not making any line noise. Just attach the burb to your back. May or may not fly. No, probably not. The burb doesn't like us. Okay, we're good on line noise. Alright. For half an hour or more, you press on through the forest, through the rich vegetation and ferns. You happen upon a small, clear stream where you stop for a few minutes to wash your face and drink the cold, fresh water. Feeling revitalized, you cross the stream and press on. You soon notice the smell of wood smoke, which seems to be drifting toward you from the north. If you wish to investigate the smell of wood smoke, turn to 128. If you'd rather avoid the source of the smoke, turn to 347. So we ran across this last time. We avoided the wood smoke, and we ended up running into that old man. So we can either go towards the smoke or away from the smoke. We haven't done towards the smoke, so I don't know what's there. If we head away, we're going to run into that old man who gives us berries. I still haven't found my berry. What? I found these. Hashtag berries, okay. Anyone else got to say? There's my head. Weren't they poisonous berries? No, so this is where the old man... You're thinking of something else. This is the old man who gives us fruit, essentially. And it's like, this is enough for one meal. He also gives us the option of taking his weapon, I think. But we decided to leave it behind last time. I think that's what happened. But it was just like this old hermit who was in a treehouse. Yeah, it was the treehouse. That's what avoiding the smoke was. Berries. Okay. Avoid the source of the smoke, 347. No, the whole joke is that like there was the charcoal burners versus the wood smoke burner, or the wood burners. Let's see, 347, right? Okay. The trees start to thin out, and just ahead you can make out the silhouette of an old log cabin beneath an oak tree. This hut seems to have been abandoned, and there's little of apparent value left behind. Opening a small chest near the main door, you discover bunches of twigs that have been tied together. Oh, wait. I told the wrong door, didn't I? Oh, crud. crud, hold on. Okay, we kinship 298. I turned to the wrong page. We leave the track, go to 38. That was my bad. I got the number wrong. Wood smoke 347. Wasn't I at 347? Oh, okay. This is what we discover first. Okay, no, I was right. So we do this, and then I think we find the treehouse later. That's what it was. The trees start to thin out, and just ahead, you can make out the silhouette of an old log cabin beneath an oak tree. This hut seems to have been abandoned, and there's little of apparent value left behind. Opening a small chest near the main door, you discover bunches of twigs that have been tied together with strong twine. One end of the bundle has been coated with pitch. They are torches. Next to the chest is a short sword and a tinderbox. You may take them and a torch if you wish, but make sure to mark them on the action chart. So we are taking the torch and the tinderbox. Mike, you okay? He's meowing at something. But the question is, do we want the short sword? We have an axe and a Gaiac spear, so we can only take 2 weapons at a time. So do we want to trade either of them for the short sword, or just keep what we have? Yeah, we got to take torch and tinderbox. We don't have a weapon specialization. No, we do not have a weapon specialization. Trade Mike. Yeah. We'll just give him the cat. That is a weapon. Because remember, we use the torch and tinderbox when we go to save time. We went through the tube, fought the little worm guy, and we got, I think, 12 gold pieces out of it from fighting the. Because right now we don't have any gold, so at some point we're gonna need to pick up some gold. Because I think by the second book we'll definitely need a lot of gold. It's a meow gun. Spawn of a demon. Yes, we can, because remember, it is immune to animal kinship and immune to Mind Blast. So our combat skill would be 16 anyway. And because we have the torch, we don't get the -3. So it would be still the same amount of fight of if we fought the worm. So that's the trick of it. The only reason that the worm was ever hard is if we don't have the torch and tinderbox. Because we can't see, so we get a negative mark on our ability to fight. And walk without rhythm. It won't attract the worm. Walk without rhythm, and you'll never learn. Hashtag hear me out. Hashtag take stuff. Okay. So we took stuff. We got the 2 items. Closing the door to the cabin, you head off along an overgrown path towards the northeast. Turn to 103. Here we go. The overgrown path leads to a junction where another track branches off towards the east. If you wish to take this path, turn to 13. If you'd rather continue northeast, turn to 287. Kill the guy and take everything. Nice. Thank you for the clip. So this is another, I don't remember actually which way we went. I think we went east last time. So it's either northeast or east, and I know we eventually have to go south. I'm thinking east is how we ran into the old man, though, that gave us the meal. but I don't remember, so it's up to y'all. So either east or northeast. What do y'all want to vote? Hashtag we go east. Neast, yeah. Okay, 2 votes for east. Dum 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 dum. I think my things make my line making some noise. Give me 1 second. I hope it doesn't make too much noise. All right, everyone's for yeast. We really have mastered this. Yeah, something like that. Okay. East it is. 13. Yeah, yep, it was east. Because there's the tree house. Like now I just making faces. The path soon ends at a large clearing. In the center of the clearing is a tree much taller and wider than any other you have seen in the forest. Looking up through the massive branches, you can see a large treehouse some 25 to 30 feet above the ground. There is no ladder, but the gnarled bark of the tree offers many footholds. If you wish to climb the tree and search the treehouse, turn to 307. If you'd rather press on, turn to 213. So, we do remember that there's a kindly old man up in the treehouse. So y'all want to climb or go on? Loot the tree. Alright. 1 vote for climb. Climb, then jump back down. Yep. So 2 for climb. And treehouse party. And I have no idea what that is. That looks like a crying face, I think. Okie dokie. Let's climb the tree. 307. Sparkles! Send the sparkles everywhere. Yep, see? There's the old man. Your climb is swift and easy. It reminds you of the many trees that you climbed and explored near Toran as a child, when you wanted to pick fruit or look out over the beautiful countryside of Summerland. Pushing open the treehouse door, you see an old hermit huddled in the corner of a small cabin. A look of great relief spreads across his face as he recognizes your green Kai cloak. He tells you that this area is full of Gaiaks, and he has counted over 40 Kran flying over his home in the last 3 hours. They were heading east. He scurries over to a cupboard and returns to a plate with a plate of fresh fruit. You thank him and place the fruit in your backpack. There is enough for 1 meal. The hermit also produces a fine warm hammer and lays it upon the table by the door. Your need is greater than mine, Kai Lord. Please take this trusty warhammer if you wish so. If you so wish. I know how to talk. You may take this weapon only if you exchange it for one other weapon already in your possession, for it is the only defense that the hermit has against the enemy. Thanking the old man, you carefully descend the tree and continue on your mission. So we have a stream river from my eyeball. So we're going to take the another meal. So we now have 2 meals. Question is, do we want to exchange the warhammer for either the spear or the axe? We do not have specialization, so it doesn't really matter. What is even this? Take it, then break the handle, then take your weapon back. Award for longest hashtag. Yeah, I think you've cut it off. I just like warhammers. Yeah, I mean the warhammer's cool. This is what the warhammer looks like in the book. So right now we have an axe and we have a spear. So we're taking the warhammer or we're leaving the warhammer? And if so, which weapon do we leave behind? Okay, so leave him the spear. Okay. It's not wanting to connect. Okay. So we are going to leave spears are for wimpy guys. Okay. So Gaiac spear left behind. We are going to take the warhammer. Okay, what happened? Oh, that was the problem. My screen was having a little issue. Hello, Drifter. Welcome back. We are in the middle of an adventure. You are welcome to join us. We just took the weapon and we were heading back down. We decided to take the warhammer, leave the spear behind. We're being a sneaky Kai Lord today and trying to avoid combat where possible. So we have taken slightly different Kai disciplines this time in order to facilitate that. So we're going to turn to 213. What's weird is I thought I saw Lim at the beginning there. Like I saw his name on the viewer list. Now it's not showing me any of the viewer list for some reason. But I have not actually seen him pop in. Alright. You've been trudging through the forest for nearly 2 hours. The nagging fear that you are lost begins to seem a reality. Apart from the occasional cry of a cron in the far distance, you have seen or heard no evidence that the enemy is in this part of the forest. As you descend a rocky hillock, you see something unusual in the tangled woods ahead. Turn to 331. There you go. Okay. Ah, here it is. Surrounded by thorny briars and closely packed roots, you see the entrance of a tunnel disappearing into the hillside beyond. It is approximately 7 feet in height and just over 10 feet wide. As you get closer, you can feel a slight breeze coming from the inky blackness. In the other end of the If the other end of the tunnel emerges on the far side of the hill, it could save you many hours of difficult climbing, but could also harbor unknown dangers. If you wish to enter the tunnel, turn to 170. If you would prefer to climb the hillside, turn to 280. So we either have tunnel or hillside. Now remember, if we take the tunnel, we have to fight that dude, but we are not the worse for wear to actually fight him because we have a combat skill of 16, and because we have the torch and tinderbox, we don't get a negative, but if we do fight him, we get 12 gold. Holy hand grenade, yeah. 1, 2, 5, 3, sir, 3. Secret tunnel, secret tunnel. Hey, Lim, we were just talking about. Apparently, I just summoned you by mentioning you. We are at the secret tunnel, and we were about to descend into the secret tunnel. 5 is right out. Yeah, because while we have avoided all fights so far, we know that this little bugger, we can easily fight. He has really low hit points, and he has our 12 gold that we're going to need later on. Plus, it might save us a lot of journey. So, I think we were deciding to... Secret tunnel! Mike grenade. So it sounds like... Yeah, we got a healing potion. So we don't have healing, but we do have a healing potion. So we should be good. This will probably be like the one fight that we... One of two maybe fights that we'll use. Hashtag secret tunnel. Alright. 170. Here's our little wormy boy. The tunnel is dark, and the air is much cooler than the outside. You carefully advance with one hand on the tunnel wall to aid your sense of direction. You have been in total darkness for 3 minutes when you detect the foul smell of decay ahead, similar to rotting meat. If you have a torch and tinderbox in your pack, you may light the torch to see your way ahead. We do. Suddenly, something heavy drops from the tunnel ceiling onto your back, and you fall to your knees. It is a burrow crawler, and you must fight it, for it is trying to strangle you with its long, slimy tentacles. So combat skill of 17, so we have a -1. Endurance 7. If you do not have a torch, deduct 3 points from your combat skill during the fight. The burrow crawler is immune to mind blast, and animal kinship. So, we don't get the tier 3 points deducted, so we're in a good place to fight it. We all agree to go west. It's a worm, but also has 6 legs. It was right, right? Left, right? Right? Alright, let me grab a card. I keep forgetting to do this. What are we on today? Alright. Today we're having Kalia of the Vast protect our spot. Tap a forest. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so let's go to combat result table. You have a cat?
Oh, they have a cat.
No. What set is that from? Something but it is. Yes, it's butt. I don't know what set that's from, actually. I forget. That's the symbol. So I'm not sure, actually. It's one of the more recent ones, I know that much. Well, recent-ish. I started back in Revised, so everything's recent to me. Alright. So we're at the -1 here. And let's set up the combat sheet. She's just off to the side. So we're at 16. They're at 17. So we have a -1 combat ratio. Thank you, Cora. And they have 7 hit points. Alright. Played around Onslaught. Right on, okay. Alright, let's smush this thing with the Warhammer. A 5. Okay. So 5 for -1 means he loses 6, we lose 3. Not bad, not bad. So he is down to 1 hit point already. Thank you, Cora. At least you're not smooching the microphone this time. Yeah. What are you making that face at me for? Cora. There you go. Wait. Roll dice to use the book. I never knew that. Yeah, so instead of using the random number chart, which I found early on that doing like this, and then, it's not very random in that sense. This is a lot more random. So, Odyssey, the Warhammer working its magic. Corner wants to. And these are not the hammer. Alright, one more hit and he is gone. 5 again. Alright, so we lose another 3. So we go down to 18, but he is dead. And there we go. Yeah, not ideal, but yeah, definitely good. The whole idea was like, if you have a pencil and this book, you are good. You don't need anything else. That was the whole like pitch. So, all right. Thank you, Khalil the Vast. So we have 319. Just flick the guy, One Punch Man. Okay. Wait, they had a book for Zork? I only knew about the video game. All right. The slimy creature lets out a long, ghastly death cry and collapses. You are near to panic and scramble to your feet, grabbing what you think is to be your belt from the jaws of the dead beast. You can see light in the far distance, and you sprint for it as fast as you can. When you finally emerge into the daylight, you fall onto the leafy ground and fight for breath in painful gasps. Slowly sitting upright, you notice that you are still wearing your belt. You have not lost it after all. What you grabbed from the jaw of the burrow crawler was a leather strap with a small pouch and a sheathed dagger halfway along it. You break open the clasp to find it containing 20 gold crowns. Sorry, I was wrong. 20, not 12. That's even better. You may take both the dagger and the crowns if you are able to. Feeling a little better now, you gather your equipment together and push on eastward into the forest. So we don't need the dagger, but yes, we have 20 gold now. We're in a good place. Boom. Where I'm from, you use every part of the worm beast. Right. But we're in a hurry. 157. Yeah, you're definitely going to need it in the second book. If we can get there. The forest begins to thin out until finally you can make out a road through the trees ahead. The highway is full of people heading south. Many are wheeling their possessions along on handcarts. If you wish to join the refugees and perhaps learn more about what happens in the north, turn to 30. If you prefer to continue south, but under the cover of the trees, turn to 167. So remember, we have to fight more than likely, or we're put in a position where we might have to fight if we go to 30, whereas if we stay in the trees, we get other situations happening. Oh, that's right, and we come across the guy, but we don't have healing this time, so we can't actually heal him either. Okay, Wesley. We get it. Oh, that's right, we wanted to take the healing potion, probably. That might be the smart thing to do. Unless we could watch him die. Yeah, there's that. So one vote for trees. Also, does anyone say that I should not use the healing potion? Otherwise, I'm going to. So that way we get back up to 22 endurance points. It heals 4, and we're down to 18. And we don't have heal, so we can't just let it pop back up. Yeah, we have a portable cleric in a bottle. Use it before you lose it. Yeah, exactly. I'm good with trees. Take the potion. Okay. So here's that. Go up to 22. Yeah, we gave away heal so that we could have... I will say, more than likely, heal will be very important in the next game, or in the next book. Head to the trees. Alright. So we're all going to stick to the trees. 167. You have been traveling for about a mile when you notice 2 legs sticking out from behind a large boulder. If you wish to take a closer look, turn to 88. If you rather avoid meeting the owner and press into the forest, turn to 264. If you possess and wish to use the kind of discipline of Sixth Sense, turn to 178. So, look, avoid, or Sixth Sense. And we did learn from last time that this was a soldier of the prince, of the king. Sixth Sense. Nice. That's a way to shorten it. I like it. Wesley. The idea is to choose options that are available to us. This is not, Thank you, Judith. Okay. Sixth Sense it is. 178. Stinky Sense? Alright. Child, you are summoned to the kitchen. Oh, he's definitely. Your skill enables you to recognize the boots and leggings of a king's soldier. You can sense that the man is wounded and in need of help. If you wish to aid him, turn to 88. If you would rather leave him here, turn to 264. So, we can try to aid him. But remember, we don't have healing, so we might not be able to help him. But we can get some info from him. How dare you? Yes. Alright, murder hobo. Go get your food. So let's see. We can pat him on the shoulder, yes. So aid, all right. Pat him on the shoulder. About the only aid we can give him. So we will go ahead and turn for aid to 88. You cautiously peer around the rock to see a soldier lying on his back. By his side is a spear and shield. On the shield is the painting of a white Pegasus, the prince of Summerland's emblem. He is one of the prince's soldiers, and he is only just conscious. His uniform is badly torn, and you can see that he has a deep wound in his left arm. As you move nearer, his eyes flicker open. "Heal me, my lord," he begs. "I can barely feel my arm." If you possess and wish to use the Kai discipline of healing on this man, turn to 216. If you do not possess this skill or do not wish to use it, turn to 31. Wish you had this, didn't you, bucko? Show him the empty potion. Oh, dear. But this doesn't get flagged for bullying. Yeah, keywords are weird when it comes to Twitch. I think it misses context. Bullying a fictional dying soldier. Dark. So we don't have it, so we do not have the option, so we can only turn to 31. So let's go ahead and do that. You try to comfort the injured man as best you can, but his wounds are serious, and he is soon unconscious again. Covering him with his cape, you turn and press deeper into the forest. Turn to 264. See, we don't even get the shield. That would have been nice to have the shield at least. Get a +2 to our CP. Dad, no. Playing a good character. Like, the Kais are good guys. You have not gone far when you hear the sound of battle to the west. If you wish to follow that sound, turn to 97. If you would rather continue south, turn to 6. So here is where we diverge. Every single time we have gone to the battle. But we are not exactly set up for combat. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's choose your own adventure for you. The reason I liked these type of choose your own adventures is there's a little bit less rails simply because you have more variables like combat and stats and things like that. Hashtag we will die. Yep. So I'm guessing everyone is going to do hashtag south, I'm going to guess. Because it's either hashtag battle or hashtag south, I guess. Or hashtag west or hashtag south. Alright, well, I have one for south. South. Yeah. Jeez. It's not even showing users in chat. That's weird. And Wesley wants us to die. But it seems like opposite of north. It seems the majority has said south, so we shall go south. Turn to 6. We are now in new territory. In the distance, you can hear the sound of horses galloping nearer. You crouch behind a tree and wait as the riders come closer. They are the cavalry of the King's Guard wearing the white uniforms of His Majesty's army. If you wish to call to them, turn to 183. If you wish to let them pass and then continue on your way through the forest, turn to 200. So there's hashtag there's always one. Yeah. I mean, he's 13. So is not the way. Dying is not the way. This is the way. So I'm not actually sure what's going to happen if we call to them. I'm sure they might help us, or they might say, come help us. I'm not sure. Or we just continue through the forest. I'm not sure if they will actually assist us or not. So what do you think? Call or continue? Okay, Lim wants forest. Stay sneaky. Okay, that's 2 for the forest. Stay frosty, my friends. Sneaky and freaky. See, Wesley, the auto mod caught you for saying the word edgelord. Yes, Wesley, because you're 13, of course you like to be an edgelord. But it seems we are going to hide from them and return to 200. Oh, this is new. We haven't seen this one before. I was an edgelord as a teenager, so I can't say anything. Night is starting to close in. The shadows of the forest are growing longer and darker. Just as you are about to stop and rest, you see through the trees a line of people moving south along a wide highway. Moving closer, you notice a large merchant's caravan in the center of the dusty turnpike. It is drawn by 6 large horses and is moving much faster than any of the other traffic. This could be your chance to reach the capital as quickly as possible. If you wish to jump onto the caravan, turn to 78. If you wish to use the Kai discipline of camouflage to hide among the packing cases strapped to the roof, turn to 168. It was something. So we can try to jump onto the caravan, obviously, or we can use camouflage and hide on the merchant. Yeah, the merchant caravan. So we can do it obviously, or we can do it sneaky. Basically, that's our option. Of course, you want to do jump. So it's either jump or camo. Okay, limb is for camouflage. I'm going to stay frosty. There is no option to kill them. Thank you very much. I have food. Oops, sorry. Hit the microphone there. Oh, are you on 5G or is he on 5G? Can you make sure? Alright, so everyone's for camo. It's camo time. Camo bro. Oh yeah, camouflage does, it is case sensitive, I did find out. So we're going to use 168 because we have camouflage, so let's use it. You pull yourself to the top of an opulent caravan and nestle among the traveling cases and bags. Night will soon engulf the highway. A chill wind blows from the west, and you pull your cloak around yourself to keep warm. You listen to the voices below, and you smell the mouth-watering aroma of spiced meat. It reminds you that you are very hungry and must now take a meal. The fatigue of your ordeal finally catches up with you, and you drift off to a restless sleep. Camouflage. Yes. So maybe focus on eating, Wesley. Alright, so we need to take a meal. So we are down to one meal. We're doing pretty good. We might have gotten food, or we might have been turned away. It's not certain. You know, since I haven't played the other side, so I have no idea whether or not it would have been a good idea or not. But since we already got a meal from that old man in the treehouse, we're doing okay. Turn to 64. You are awoken by the cries of a cron circling above the caravan. It is early morning and the sky is clear and bright. You see a pack of doom wolves less than a quarter of a mile away along the highway ahead. They are preparing to attack. You must act quickly. If you decide to gather your equipment and run for the cover of the trees, turn to 188. If you decide to cut free one of the horses and try to break through the attacking doom wolves to the clear road beyond, turn to 16. Ooh. So, this is interesting. We either got to break and run, or run by getting one of the horses and try to break the line. So, cut free. So we either have cut free or run. Those are our options right now, it seems. We do. I don't know how much that'll help us, but we do have it. Drop the piece. I cannot pick it up. Yeah, it's a tricky situation. It's like... Sorry, I'm making a mess here. Horsing around. Someone agrees. This probably means we're all gonna die. Okay. Alright, let's do the horses thing. Let's see what happens. This should be interesting. 16. You manage to free a horse from the straps securing it to the caravan. It is frightened by the scent of the approaching doom wolves and the cries of their evil riders, the Gyaks. Preparing your weapon, you spur your skittish horse towards the oncoming beasts. They are less than 50 yards away, and they are lowering their lances at you as they get nearer and nearer. You are charging head-on towards each other. Turn to 192. Oh dear. Cut free? Okay. So, let's see what happens. We don't die right away. You see the razor-fanged mouth of a doom wolf and hear the hideous cries of the Gyaks. Two of them are coming straight at you. You are saved from certain death when your horse jumps at the approaching beast, knocking them both to the ground. You lash out at the Gyak and open a large wound in his head. And then suddenly, as if by a miracle, you're through and racing on down the highway, clear of the rest of the pack. But a shadow follows you. It is a cron and has started to dive. Its target is you. If you veer off the highway towards the cover of the trees, turn to 171. If you press on regardless of the cron and gallop flat out down the highway, turn to 120. Yeah, good horse indeed. I am actually genuinely impressed. Usually when it writes it this way, it's like, nope, you're gonna die. But not this time. So, slow and limit R4 trees. And flee to the trees. Okay. Everyone to the trees! To the trees we go! 171. Oh, we didn't die. You are at the very edge of the woods when your horse rears up in agony. The cron has sunk its claws deep into the horse's hind leg and is trying to knock you to the ground with its wings. The ghoulish Gaiac rider squeals with delight as he stabs at you with his spear. You jump to the ground and dash for the trees, leaving the poor dying horse in the clutches of the cron. Turn to 303. Poor horse. So far, we've avoided battle, though. R.I.P. horse. Yep. The forest here is sparse and hilly. It does not give much cover for an attacker from the air. You move as quickly as you can from tree to tree to avoid the cron, but you hear the sounds of doom wolves close behind. If you have the Kai discipline of camouflage, turn to 237. If you do not, turn to 72. We do, so it's not saying do we use it or not, it says do we have it. So since we do have it, we turn to 237. Animal rescue fails. Camouflage, yep. There are some times where it's like, if you have this, turn. Which means it's like, it's not an option, it's, do you have it? Yes. Well, then you can turn. Otherwise, you no, then you have to turn somewhere else. Which is why they sometimes specifically write, if you have it and wish to use it. It's tricky. The wording is specific. It's like a computer program. There it is, 237. You make full use of your Kai discipline and quickly burrow deep into the loose earth of the wooded hillside. Covering yourself with your cloak, you pull a loose branch across your hastily dug shelter. Pick a number on the random number table. So this is a 50-50, it seems. Technicalities. Nerds. Yep. So 50-50 chance as to what's going to happen. Let's find out. 6. Don't know if that's good or not, but we turn to 72. Uh-oh. You turn to face a sneering Gaiac in the razor-fanged jaws of its mount. You must fight them as one enemy. Oh, their combat skill is only 15, but their endurance is 24. So we get a +1 on that. So yeah, we have to fight. Hey, little Sebastian. Bless us, Dice Lord. Yeah, I don't know if that was actually the better choice or not. Like, this might have been the better choice. It might not have been. Like, so it might have been either instant death or we have to fight. I don't know. Or we missed this or we have to fight. So I think this was the worst option, technically. But combat skill 15, endurance 24. No, we are not built for fight. So we have 16. They have 15, so we get a +1, thankfully. But they have 24 for their hit points. So not the best numbers. Who's going to tell our legend? Well, we'll find out if we survive, and we can tell our own legend. Alright. Let's see what happens. So we're on the +1 angle here. We don't get any bonuses. We don't have Mind Blast. We don't have Specialization. So, see what happens. Oh, that fell out of my lap. Let's try again. So they leave that part out. You gotta have audience to be a legend, right? 9! That's what I'm talking about. That's almost the best one. Okay. +1, they get hit for 12. They get knocked down by half their points, and we don't get hit at all. That's the kind of roll I'm talking about. It looks like we get to be the legend. And 5. Let's see how 5 does with a +1. Okay, so they take 8 and we take 2. That's not too bad. They're already down to 4. And we are only at 20, so we are in a very good spot here. And sadly no heal, but we're doing okay. So. Right? Oh, that's right, we need the fight sounds. Thank you. Battle sounds. There we go. All right. So let's see. As long as we get... Actually, every single hit, they will die. Because that's the worst one. So it depends on how much damage we get. That's the question of this roll right now. 2. They take 4, we take 4. No, wait, hold on. They take 5, we take 4. Not great, but they did. I'm okay with this. 3-round combat, especially when we're not built for combat, yeah, definitely could have been much worse. Thank you, Kalia. Turn to 265. You quickly move off into the forest before more dune wolves or Kron appear. You have walked for more than an hour. When you reach the top of a rocky hill, the sight that befalls you on the other side is one of hope, but there is also a daunting challenge to be faced. Turn to 142. Where in that? Yes. Jeez, I am off of it. To say all these glitches and everything have gotten me... There we go. There. Okay. So there we are. Right there. Essentially, we are super close. Sorry, I'm a hungry boy. Alright, 142. And the fighting sound still makes sense because You can see the tall gray-white walls and glimmering spires of Holmgard, its banners fluttering from the battlements in the fresh morning breeze. Stretching out towards the west, the river Elidil traces its course from the mountains of the Derncrag Range to the Holm Gulf. But from below the mountain peaks, you can see a vast black army marching relentlessly on towards the city. To your right, you can see the highway heading off over the rolling plains towards Holmgard. As you run, at a run, you could reach the outer fieldworks of the city defenses in an hour, but you would be in the open for most of the time and vulnerable to attack by Kron. However, ahead of you, a wide and muddy river drifts sluggishly towards the Elodil. You could use the cover of the riverbanks and swim towards the capital, or towards your left lies the graveyard of the ancients. These tombs and crumbling monuments to a forgotten age would conceal your approach, but it is a forbidden area. Many are the unnamed horrors that lie there in restless sleep, waiting to consume the unwary trespasser. So, last time... last time we took to the graveyard of the ancients, and we got out of there pretty much unscathed. Hi, Core. Oh, I hit the cable this time. Sorry. So, we can try our luck by the highway. We can... If you feel that you stand a better chance of reaching the capital via the river, then turn to 153. Or if you are brave enough to risk the unknown perils of the graveyard of the ancients, turn to 102. So yeah, last time we did Graveyard of the Ancients. Stay out of the river, yeah. They're probably right about being like a huge target. Like while it's the most straight shot. Hashtag hungry boy, nice. Yeah, it leaves us open to the most danger, like arrows and Kron and whatnot. Gosh darn it. Gotta kill the water mat. What I will say is that Graveyard of the Ancients, as long as you don't do anything stupid, is actually the easiest way, I probably. Poseidon's not going to be in the middle of a river. He's going to be in the ocean. Don't smooch the mic. You set off some grounding issues. That was weird. Okay, so we got one. We have one for Graveyard. Kitty kisses, yeah, pretty much. Kitty kisses causes grounding issues. Okay, so 2 for Graveyard. Well, I'll take it. Stop! Like the second she touches it, it just goes wild. How about you get going? Hmm? Raw! Okay. Alright, Graveyard it is. Let's get to more spooky music, shall we? Electric Cat Pokemon, right? Pretty much. See if I can make sure it's... Hate doing that. Ugh. Okay, I think we're good. Corey uses Thundershock. Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, the Thundercats. Thundercats! Ho! Animated by... I'm totally just blanking on that. But they're the same people that did... The Hobbit and Return of the King animated cartoon. Bass. Rankin and Bass. Rankin and Bass. Rankin and Bass are the people who animated both Thundercats, The Hobbit, and Lord of the Rings animated. I'm tired of this making noises. Sorry, I'm just trying to... Every single time I talk too loud, it starts... Why is it doing that? Everything's acting up, like all the electronics are going crazy on me today. Okay, so Graveyard of the Ancients it is. I mean, Slow, you're not wrong about the dubstep thing. As you descend the rocky slope towards the Graveyard of the Ancients, you are aware of a strange mist and cloud that swirls all around the gray and forbidding place, blocking the sun and covering the graveyard with a perpetual gloom. A chill creeps forward to greet your approach. With a feeling of deep dread, you enter the eerie necropolis. Turn to 284. Oh, so this is the illustration of where we've gone. Your passage through the graveyard will not be easy, for the ground is broken and covered with thorny graveweed. This wicked briar tears your cloak and cuts your legs. The air hangs heavy and still. Foul gases seep from open crypts, and the haunting murmur of distant whispering fills your ears. A city to the dead. Just not the undead, maybe. We'll see. Carefully, you approach a gap between two ancient pillars and part the graveweed with your cloaked hand. I can talk, I swear. Suddenly, the ground collapses beneath you and you fall in a tumble of earth and stone. Turn to 71. We seem to be smoking quite a lot, right? It's undead hobbits. Corey, you just gonna be sitting right there? Just off to the side of the screen? You are winded but not hurt. You have fallen 15 feet or so through the roof of an underground tomb. The walls are sheer and you cannot climb them. An arched tunnel leads out of the tomb towards the east, in front of which lies the sarcophagus of some ancient noble. If you wish to open the sarcophagus to see if it contains any treasure, turn to 242. If you wish to leave via the tunnel, turn to 104. If you wish to use the Kai discipline of 6th sense, turn to 65. Yay! Speech 100. Thank you, Wesley, very much. So we have 6th sense. We can loot the tomb or just leave. 6th sense. Alright, so 2 votes for 6th sense. Just straight up leave. if I remember correctly last time, 6th Sense does lead to leaving. But most of the votes are for 6th Sense. So let's go and do that. Your senses scream at you that this place is very evil. Leave as quickly as you can. Turn to 104. See? I was right. I see 3 votes for leave, yeah. Yeah, because I couldn't get the votes working right. Unless you were allowed to vote as many times as you want. I don't know why. It was some glitch with the, little thing. The walls are dank and slimy. The stale air chokes you and cobwebs brush across your face. You feel panic grip your stomach as the tunnel gets darker and darker. You reach a junction where the tunnels meet a corridor leading from north to south. If you wish to turn north, turn to 26. If you wish to go south, turn to 100. I forget which direction we go. I know we want to go south. Like, the whole point is to go south. Oh no, not a choice. One of these directions, however, leads us to a throne room. And that throne room has a key. So I'm not sure. Yes, we do know how to do the throne room. We just have to find the throne room. That's the trick. Yes, you sit on the throne. I remember we talked all about, like, we talked for a while about it. Lim, you think the throne is south? Because I think that was our logic before. Was by trying to go towards the direction we want to, we ended up... Alright, it's 2 votes for south. It's looking like south it is. We're doing better on drop frames tonight. Alright, I guess we're gonna go south. Turn to 100. Ah, yes, the throne. Here we go. The cold corridor suddenly makes an abrupt turning towards the east. You notice a greenish glow that lights the tunnel in the far distance. As you creep nearer, you can see the corridor open out into a large chamber. The strange light seems to emanate from a large bowl resting upon the top of a granite throne. On a plinth, in front of the throne, stands a statue. It looks like a winged serpent carved in the shape of an S. If you wish to sit on the throne, turn to 161. If you wish to examine the statue, turn to 133. If you wish to look for an exit to the chamber, turn to 257. So, what I remember is that last time, the throne was the way to go. That gave us the key. So I highly advise sitting on the throne. No, they are most definitely not the Dark Lords. So 1 vote for sit. Hashtag sit on the throne. 161. Sit for a bit. Keep questioning myself. Yep. See, there's that little snake. As you sit down, the stone serpent slowly moves forward on its plinth. You suddenly break out in a cold sweat and grasp your weapon with trembling fingers in case it should attack. A red forked tongue appears from the head of the strange statue and dips into the bowl of green light above your head. Slowly, the tongue reemerges holding a golden key, which, to your surprise, it drops into your lap. A panel in the east wall clicks open to reveal an exit. You take the key and leave as quickly as possible. We don't know what the Dark Lords are. I did, however, look up a picture of all the Dark Lords. Oh, sorry. At least it didn't make that noise, so that was good. And so when I did the little commercial, those creatures that you saw, those were the Dark Lords. So let's mark down the key. It's going to be a regular item since it's not marked as special. Yeah, I'm glad that did not happen this time. Okay, 209. We might actually beat it tonight. You see ahead a corridor sloping upwards. As you reach the top of the slope, a stone portal slides across to reveal another passage ahead. You step through the opening, which then quickly closes with a crunch. Turn to 23. I am the first. Ha! Oh, here we go. That's where we needed to use the key. The corridor soon widens into a large hall. At the far end, a stone staircase leads up to a huge door. Two black candles on either side of the stone steps dimly illuminate the chamber. You notice that no wax has melted, and as you get nearer, you can feel that they give off no heat. Ancient engravings cover the stone surfaces of the walls. Pardon me. Anxious to leave this evil tomb, you examine the door for a latch. An ornate pin appears to lock the door, but there is also a keyhole in the lock plate. If you wish to remove the pin, turn to 337. If you have the Kai discipline of mind over matter, which we gave up, I believe. Yep, we gave it up. Turn to 151. If you have a golden key, turn to 326. We have the golden key. This is actually what we used last time, so I recommend using the golden key. Especially since we don't have the mind over matter. And I'm pretty sure that door is, like, poisoned. Annoying trick birthday candles. Key. Key, baby. Alright. Burn that. We can't burn the door. These are not options available to us. Alright, so key it is. Turn to 326. You carefully insert the key and turn it clockwise. You hear a dull click. The key works. You lift out the pin, and the large granite door slowly swings towards you on hidden hinges. The gray half-light of the graveyard floods into the tomb. The exit is overgrown with graveweed, and you suffer many cuts to your face and arms as you fight your way through to the surface. Looking back, you see the tomb's door slowly close, and a cruel, inhuman laugh seems to rise out of the very ground on which you stand. In blind panic, you race through the eerie necropolis towards the south gate. Turn to 61. Alright. At last, you reach the wooden fieldworks surrounding the outer city. As you race towards the sentry post, you hear the excited shouts of the guards cheering you on. Thank the gods they recognize you, for you must appear a ragged and suspicious figure. Your cloak is torn and hangs in tatters, your face is scratched and blood-smeared, and the dust of the graveyard covers you from head to toe. Splashing through the shallow stream, you stagger towards the gate. The full horror of the graveyard encounter begins to catch up with you, and the last thing you recall before exhaustion robs you of consciousness is falling into the outstretched arms of two soldiers who have run from the fieldworks to help you. I will face my fear, and when it is gone, only I shall remain. Do 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 do. 268. I mean, sometimes, like, if you have an oppressive enough aura, and especially, I would think if you, as a Kai Lord, are sensitive, like, for example, kind of like how paladins have detect evil, and you're sensitive to the aura of evil. Sometimes it can be so overwhelming that you're like, you know, you can actually feel it as a physical presence. That's my impression of the matter. But also trained, yes, which is why you were able to get out. Feel the fear after you get out. Although, to be fair, remember, the only reason you survived as, like, the last Kai Lord was because you were a naughty boy who wasn't paying attention to your studies, and as a punishment, you were sent out to collect wood. Like, that's the only reason you happened to survive, is you were the one guy who was punished. So you're kind of the runt of the litter. Okay. You black out for only a few minutes before you are revived with a measure of strong spirit. Feeling wary but thankful to be alive, you lean on the soldiers of the king's men, and you stagger towards the outer defenses. Hashtag worst Kai Lord. Now, yes, that's definitely true. Lawful stupid. Hey now. 288. As you reach the walls of the fieldworks, the large oak gates open, and you are quickly hurried inside. A sergeant, blood-stained and battle-weary, calls to an officer who... turns and recognizes your cloak. "My lord," he says, "where are the other Kai Masters? We are in desperate need of their wisdom. The Dark Lords press us most cruelly, and casualties are high. You inform the brave officer of the terrible fate of your kinsmen and the urgency of your mission to seek the king's counsel. Without saying a word, he motions to a soldier to bring forward 2 horses. You both mount and gallop off towards the high city wall of Home Guard. Turn to 129. You reach the main gates of the capital and stare in awe at the height of the city's walls. 200 feet high, the walls of Home Guard have withstood the ravages of both time and the Dark Lords. You and the officer race through the tunnel of the inner gatehouse, 100 yards in length, and finally halt outside the doorway of the main watchtower. Great crowds of soldiers and civilians are running to and fro. If you wish to continue following the officer, turn to 3. If you feel you stand a better chance of making your way to the King's Citadel on your own, turn to 144. So at this point, we are on the home stretch. They allow for... I've noticed that they allow for a lot of diversions if you wish to take longer before reaching the king. I haven't been smoking gray weed. Nice. But if y'all want to finish the book tonight quickly... to get on to book 2, pretty much the straightest path is actually just to follow whoever's guiding you. And there are some kind of crazy civilians you might run into in the city, whom you'll have to fight if you do decide to make your own way. So I guess it's either follow or no follow. Playing the audio? Follow. Yeah, we definitely will do that later, for sure. Alright, follow it is. Book 2 definitely has a lot of chances to use the money. Staying close to the officer, you follow him through an arched portal, up a short flight of stairs to a long hall. Soldiers run back and forth, bearing orders on ornate scrolls to officers stationed around the city wall. A haggard and scar-faced man dressed in white and purple robes of the king's court approaches you and bids you to follow him to the citadel. If you wish to follow the man, turn to 196. If you wish to decline his offer and return to the crowded streets, turn to 144. So we continue to follow? Why?
Because I'm not watching your stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to like give you all the benefit.
We're good.
No, it's not that. I could literally sit right here, eat, y'all camera, and get the full experience.
Oh, yeah.
I'm back, chat.
Oh, yeah. Very hard on them. Follow the fellow. Alright. It's good. Food's pretty good, but I think we're in the home stretch now. No, of finishing the book. What's the other option now? It's pretty much just follow him or leave, get back to the city streets yourself and try to find your own way.
Why do I have to follow him?
Not to find our way back, but to follow him to the king.
I'd say we follow him. Because we sneak snakes.
Alright, 196. Follow it is.
Is that still there?
Yeah, Slow's still here. So is Zipporo. And, yes, as well as Lim.
This is Christopher Conscience. We
Haven't talked in a while.
Oh man, we have some real serious stuff down here.
Yahaha.
What
Alright.
is this? Is this a digestion? Dude.
Cat
look at that
Wrangler.
little bit of petite.
Slow says hello DD. Lim says cat wrangler. Zipporo says heyo. And Wesley down with the king. No! Stop!
Are we raising a teeny tiny murder hobo?
Murder hobo and edgelord on purpose. Like he knows what he's doing. He knows he's being an edgelord. And it's not even an option.
What? To gank the king?
Yes. This is not D&D. This is choose your own adventure. Alright.
Yeah, he's choosing the adventure. He woke up and chose violence.
We're not here to kill the king. We're here to inform the king of everyone's death, apparently.
Including our own.
Not quite. Okay, you follow the man into a small library off to the main hall. He pushes one of the many books off the shelves, which line in all four walls, and you hear a metallic click. One section of the bookcase slowly slides back to reveal a hidden passage. If you wish to follow the man of the passage, turn to 332. If you do not want to enter the dark corridor, leave the guild hall and return to the street. Turn to 144.
If Scooby-Doo has taught me anything, it's that you always go down the creepy hidden book cave tunnel thing.
Zipporo. Everyone's dead, sire. You have all failed us. You have failed us all. Alright, so we're going to continue to follow.
Why was your, like, Harold voice Zazu?
Because Zazu is a herald, essentially. Checking in for the morning report.
Let's go. The leopards are in a bit of a spot.
The leopards are in a bit of a spot. Bring out your dead. I can see everyone's dead. Hashtag follow.
Spell Zazu.
What, Z-A-Z-U, isn't it? Isn't it just Zazu? I think so. Alright. Follow it is. 3:32.
Hey, say checking in with the morning report.
Checking in with the morning report.
Fire away, Zazu.
Well, the buzz from the bees is that the leopards are in a bit of a spot, and the baboons are going ape over this. Of course, the giraffes are acting like they're above it all. The tick birds are pecking on the elephants. I told the elephants to forget it, but they can't. The cheetahs are hard up, but I always say cheetahs never prosper. Yeah, there you go.
What are you doing, son? Now, letting Bro show you.
Alright, here we go. Here's the big time. You walk for nearly 10 minutes along a dark and winding corridor, and then start to climb a steep staircase to a small wooden door. The man presses a secret catch and the door opens. You enter a large, plushly decorated bedroom with a huge marble bath that takes up one corner of the room. The man suggests that you refresh yourself here whilst he seeks an audience with the king. You quickly bathe and change into some white robes that have been left out on a large marble table. Shortly, the man returns and leads you through a long corridor lined with exquisite tapestries. You finally arrive at a large door guarded by 2 soldiers wearing silver armor. You are about to meet the king. Turn to 350.
What if we're not dressed for the occasion?
We are now.
We are. What are we wearing? We're not wearing a bear suit, are we?
No, white robes.
Okay, that's good.
You enter the Chamber of State, a magnificent hall decorated lavishly in white and gold. The king and his closest advisors are studying a large map spread upon a marble plinth in the center of the chamber. Their faces are lined with worry and concentration. A silence fills the halls as you tell of the death of your kinsman and of your perilous journey to the citadel. As you finish your story, the king approaches and takes your right hand in his. Lone Wolf, you have selfless courage, the quality of a true Kai Lord. Your journey here has been one of great peril, and although your news comes as a grievous blow, the spirit of your determination is like a beacon of hope to us in this dark hour. You have brought great honor to the memory of your masters, and for that we praise you. You receive the praise and heartfelt thanks of the entire hall, an honor that brings a certain redness to your young face. The king raises his hand, and all the voices cease. You have done all that Summerlin could have asked of a loyal son, but she is greatly in need of you still. The Dark Lords are powerful once more, and their ambition knows no bounds. Our only hope lies within Durner, the power that once defeated the Dark Lords an age ago. Lone Wolf, you are the last of the Kai. You have the skills. Will you journey to Durner and return with the Summer Sword, the Sword of the Sun? Only with that gift of the gods may we crush this evil and save our land. If you wish to accept the quest of the Summer Sword, begin your adventure with Book 2 of the Lone Wolf Adventure, Fire on the Water. Plinth. We fled the whole way here. Now hire me as an assassin. Wesley! I have the skills, but he doesn't know that. He trying to be... what do you call it? Contrary. Yes. Oh, and just at 10 o'clock, we survived. We beat the book.
Did we survive though?
We did. We
Died
survived.
like 4 times.
And we survived this run.
I feel like a Dragon Ball Z character.
We are the champions, my friend. I've gotten this far before, though. Yeah, good work, everyone. So, the trick is, now we have to survive the next book.